Shereé, and this is episode 8 of Elevate with Ankara. If you're new to my channel, welcome, and if you're a returning person, thank you so much for your continued support. All right, let's get into it. I'm so excited to bring to you episode 8 of Elevate with Ankara, and in this episode I will be sharing with you the next garment that Talisha and I will be sewing for the Elevate with Ankara sewing series. Now, if you're new to the series, this is a series put together by Creativity by T, Talisha, and myself here on YouTube, and what we are doing is we are helping you to figure out how you can elevate basic sewing patterns with Ankara fabric. So far we have elevated a button up top and we have elevated a pair of pants. Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you which patterns I feel could be elevated with Ankara fabric, and this pattern is going to be a jacket pattern. Yes, that's right, friends, you heard me correctly, a jacket. I'm so excited about this. Now, I have some jackets that are ranging from more on the lightweight side to jackets that you could line to be warmer for those colder climates. All right, let's get into these patterns. The first pattern I want to share with you is New Look N6710. I absolutely adore this pattern. I've been wanting to make it ever since it got cold, and I haven't had the chance to make it yet, but this is a really great crop style of jacket, and the fabric recommendations for this jacket are denim, ponte, faux suede, satin, and cottons. As you know, Ankara is 100% cotton. I think that this would make a lovely lightweight jacket out of Ankara fabric. You could obviously line it with a thicker material if you want it to be a bit warmer, but I just imagine that this would be so cute with jeans or any other bottom pairing, and you could really elevate this using some standout Ankara fabric. Another thing about this pattern that I really like is that it has princess seams, so this would be a great pattern for doing some color blocking, or if you want to pair your Ankara fabric with a non-Ankara fabric, like one of the fabrics suggested, like denim, you could absolutely do that, and you could create a really unique, cool looking jacket. The next pattern that I know that you could elevate using Ankara fabric is McCall M7879. This coat here has 4 views, and I purchased this a long time ago and I have yet to sew it, but I know that it would be fantastic in Ankara, and you could absolutely line it with a warmer fabric, maybe a fleece, or even just a really nice heavier weight woven fabric. And this particular jacket I think would be special in Ankara fabric because of its cool, unique sleeves. Now, if you see here has a puff at the top, and as you know, because Ankara is 100% cotton and kind of stiff, it holds puffs and pleats and volume really well. So this version here, which is version B, would also be a good choice for Ankara fabric because of all of the pleating and the volume and the sleeves, the skirt of the jacket. Everything about this just definitely screams Ankara, Ankara, Ankara. Anyway, I think this would be a really nice one to elevate with Ankara, and I would absolutely make this and line it with something a bit warmer so that it can actually keep me warm but also be really cute and really show off that Ankara fabric. Now, if you wanted to line this in like an acetate or a satin or even another cotton fabric, you could absolutely do that, and this would be the perfect type of jacket for spring that can transition you through to the beginning of summer. So really nice pattern. Definitely could be elevated with Ankara. The next 2 jackets are actually bomber jackets, and now I have been really blown away by some of the bomber jackets that I've seen in the sewing community that have been made out of Ankara fabric, and I have 2 to share with you that I think would be really great. And the reason why I'm showing you 2 is because they both have different closure options, and so if you're a person that prefers a zipper, then this is the pattern for you. It's Simplicity 8418, and this is what it looks like. It has 5 different views, and I think that this particular pattern would be also really great for color blocking, and also mixing your fabric choices. Like, you could totally just do the back in Ankara, or you could just do the front and the back, or you could just do the sleeves, or you can mix prints and use 2 different Ankaras. Definitely be a cool lightweight jacket that you can wear, and I absolutely love a bomber jacket. I have several bomber jackets in my stash, but I haven't actually sewn those. Those are all purchased. I've made one bomber jacket, guys, and it was out of a knit fabric, and I had a fail. So eventually I want to come back around and actually remake a bomber jacket, and I think that this would be the perfect pattern for it, and I absolutely know that it would be standout and gorgeous in an Ankara fabric. So this is why I've selected this one. Now, if you are a person that prefers a button front closure rather than a zip front closure, we have the new Sins of Mini Nomi pattern ME2010. And while this is a man's pattern, obviously you can make it for yourself if you are a woman, and you can just match your sizes according to the sizing chart. I really like this, and I think that you can make some really cool versions, especially this one right here, you guys, because it's a longer length bomber jacket, and I would wear it almost as if it was a dress with leggings underneath, and I think that would be super cute. But again, just like with the other bomber jacket, you can do some really creative color blocking, and you can use Ankara fabric to really elevate your style. And again, you can line it with a warmer fabric. But this is definitely one that I highly recommend to use with Ankara fabric. And because of all the different pieces, just imagine the creativity that you could bring to this jacket using some standout Ankara fabric. The next pattern that I want to share with you is actually one that was always meant to be made out of Ankara fabric. I've shared it twice on my channel, and I still haven't made that jacket yet, but I am eager to get it done. It will happen in 2023, friends. And this one is actually counter copy, so I'm gonna have to pull out the pattern to get the pattern number for you. But it is one that I have shared with you, and I think it's going to be an easy sew and definitely something that is very cute. It leans more on the shacket side of a jacket, so you'll see that in the styling. This is Simplicity S9239, and this is what it looks like. There are 3 views, and I personally want to make this view right here. I have shared the fabric on my channel if you want to go back to old videos to check it out, that I would love to make this jacket out of, but I just think it would be the perfect lightweight jacket to transition me into spring. And because I live in the Bay Area, it doesn't usually get terribly hot throughout the year. So this is a jacket that I absolutely could wear all year round, and I think it's really cool and stylish. I love a jacket that has special details on it, and one of the things that I love about this particular jacket is the sleeves. It has a really cool sleeve cuff, and it has a button here, but there's some dimension here, and that could lend itself really well also for color blocking. But this is definitely one that could be made out of several different types of fabrics: broadcloth, canvas, chambray, chino, corduroy, cotton types, denim, linen, all kinds. Satin, stretch wovens, twills, wool types. Anyways, it's just one of those patterns that can be made out of so many different fabrics, and I think that it would be easy to make out of Ankara and just be so cute and cool and casual. So again, with the volume on the sleeves, it's gonna hold that shape if you use an Ankara fabric, and I think that that is fantastic. Now, while this version here on the front is very cool looking, just imagine what it would look like with some awesome designs and bright colors, right? So cool. I think that this will be a showstopper in Ankara fabric. As I mentioned before, friends, for any of these jackets, you could absolutely line them with a warmer fabric in order to make them more weather appropriate if you live in a colder climate. 2 suggestions that I have for you is to use some type of fleecy, warm, soft, cozy fabric on the inside of your jacket. You could choose to use faux fur. You could choose to use that teddy bear fabric. You can choose so many different fabrics. And right now, what's really hot is using quilting fabric. So you could repurpose an old quilt or purchase a quilt in order to add to your jacket. You could quilt your fabric. I've seen some amazing Ankara print quilts, and I'm blown away by all the cool designs and elements to those coats. So definitely consider quilting your Ankara fabric in order to make a really cool warm jacket. Now friends, this one that I'm going to share with you is a jacket that I recently made and shared here on my channel, and that is the Friday Pattern Company Ilford jacket. Now in the version that I shared with you, I absolutely love that version, but it is on the shorter length. It's not the full length jacket, which is perfect because it's lightweight and I can wear it and transition through seasons. But in the winter, it's not super warm. So right now when I wear it, I have to wear heavy warm clothes underneath, whether it be a turtleneck sweater, whether it be a thick sweatshirt underneath. I'm layering that guy because it's made out of a brushed cotton. I've decided that I think at some point in my sewing journey this year, I would really love to either quilt the Ilford jacket, or I would really like to attach it to a quilting fabric. So I would line that jacket with a quilting fabric. So on the outside, it's the really cool Ankara print, but when you open it up, it is quilt fabric. So let me show you what this looks like if you haven't already seen this. And I will also insert a reel or just a scroll through on Instagram of some different versions of the Ilford jacket that have been made and how popular it is. And you can kind of see how people have been creative about using cotton or lightweight fabrics to create a really warm, cool Ilford jacket. So I hope you enjoy this scroll. I've never done this before, so hopefully it works out. And then the very last jacket that I want to suggest to you is another Friday Pattern Company jacket, and is the Cambria Duster. Now, I've had this pattern in my stash for a very long time. I actually downloaded it from Creative Bug years ago because it was free, and as a part of my membership, I was able to do get the video sew along and all of that. While I never got a chance to sew it up, the pattern has been taped up and ready to go in my stash. So at some point, I'd really love to sew that up. And I'll insert a clip of Instagram scrolling through so that you can see what the Cambria Duster looks like using different fabrics that people have made in the sewing community. And there have been some people to make this out of Ankara fabric, and it's fantastic. First of all, I love a good jacket that has a nice long length on it, and just allows you to be able to show off more of your awesome print. So this is definitely one that would do that for you. And again, you can line this with whatever fabric that you want in order to make it warmer for those colder climates. I hope you enjoyed hearing all of the sewing patterns that I have in my stash that I think could be elevated with Ankara fabric. Now, after you finish watching this video, make sure you head over to Creativity by T, Talisha's channel, and check out the coat patterns or jacket patterns that she has in her stash that she believes could be elevated with Ankara fabric. If you enjoyed this video, please do give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And if you haven't already, please check out the playlist in the information section below so that you can watch the previous episodes of Elevate with Ankara. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you have a great day, a great week, and a great start to 2023. Bye!